Truth with me, Sherwin Hughes, in studio. I'm very fortunate because I've got Diamonique. Say hello, Diamonique.
Hello.
And Ryanna.
Yes, hi.
I don't want to mess your name up. Thank you guys both for being here. You both have a unique story and unique journey because you both are currently employed at Milwaukee College Prep, but you also attended school at Milwaukee College Prep. So we'll talk about your journey. So how did it all start for you at Milwaukee College Prep? What grades were you there?
For me, it all started actually a little bit before I got to MCP. I started out at Urban Day in their preschool program, and actually my principal at the time, Mr. Robert Rao, it was the principal as he moved over to MCP. So when he moved, my mom decided to move us on over the first year that MCP started. So I was in K5, that young,
so
all the way through 8th grade, there from the beginning.
And then, Diamonique, your story with Milwaukee College Prep, when did you start?
I actually started in 4th grade, and both of my grandmothers were big followers of Marva Collins, and they used to go to her different seminars in Chicago and things of that nature. And when they found out that there was Marva Collins here in Milwaukee, they actually took me out of a school in the Whitefish Bay district and put me over into Marva Collins, and I was there from 4th to 8th grade, and my siblings were there from K4 to 8th grade.
And that is where you two actually met and became friends.
Yes.
Yes, in 4th grade.
And are still friends to this day.
Still friends to this day.
Sound more like sisters.
Yes. It's actually interesting because Ryanna was one of my first friends. Like I said, I came to MCP in 4th grade, so a lot of them had already developed relationships, as she said. Some of them started in K5 or whatever it may be. But she was just so kind to me, like from the first day, like making sure that I felt good. And I still remember that. And I told her that as we became friends in our adult years, like that meant so much to have somebody so welcoming in a new environment.
That's awesome. I think it also has got to be a part of the culture of the school where they are encouraging those kind of relationships.
Yeah,
among
for sure.
students.
Definitely.
There's a mission: knowledge plus character pave the road to college and beyond. You find that statement to be true about MCP?
I find it to be very true. I'm a prime example of knowledge plus character paves the road to college and beyond. I definitely went on after MCP and carried a lot of the values that were instilled in me while I was there into high school and beyond. I went to Dominican High School. From there, I went to Wilberforce University, ended up transferring to Alverno. I got my master's at Alverno. So, yeah, I definitely believe that knowledge plus character paves the road to college and beyond because it's easy to focus on academic rigor only. It's another thing to develop quality human beings that move out into the world and who are ready to experience other people and different experiences. So, yes.
Diamonique, how did your MCP experiences shape you, high school and beyond?
It was a definite shaping, and I want to give like a very concrete story. I remember we were in 6th grade, I believe. We took a college tour, which still happens for our students now, and we went to Spelman College. And that moment in 6th grade, I remember standing on the grass at Spelman, and I was like, I'm going to go here. Like, I'm going to this college. And it was that experience that MCP afforded to me that then allowed me to go to Mesmer High School, graduate as a salutatorian, and then I was able to go to Spelman College. And so they made my dreams a reality and just giving me the opportunity to even go into spaces like that.
That's a wonderful story. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you both, what inspired you to want to come back as staff members? Because I'd imagine you had a whole host of other jobs and opportunities and considerations, but what brought you back to MCP?
One thing that brought me back was actually my daughter. My daughter started MCP when she was in K4. I came back to MCP, circled back when she was in K5. But her experience in K4 at MCP, it just felt like home. And so seeing that even after so many years that a lot of the same values were still being exhibited and the quality of education that we were pouring into inner city children that live in Milwaukee just like me brought me back. And it truly, truly touched me in a way that I was like, I have to come to give back. I have to be a part of this again. I have to give to the organization that gave so much to me. So, yes.
Diamonique, your story that brought you back to MCP as a staff member.
Actually, after I graduated from Spelman College, I was accepted into a program called Teach for America. And I was given the opportunity to go to some different places. But then Milwaukee was one of my options. And I was like, oh, this would be good to like go to Milwaukee and go teach at Milwaukee College Prep. And lo and behold, it was actually one of the campuses that I was able to interview at. And of course, I got the job. And it was the best decision that I ever made. In high school, I always wanted to be a doctor. I was psychology pre-med while I was at Spelman. And I didn't know that this was going to be the path or the direction for me, but it is truly like one of the best decisions that I made, the way that I've been able to impact students. To this day, I can't even walk through the city without kids being like, Miss Felder, so that just brings me a lot of joy, and I'm grateful for that path.
Ladies, do you think it's easier for you to relate to the students and the students to relate to you all because you all have that common experience of MCP? Because you guys remember what it was like to be in school and to see these kids in the same grades that you guys were in, right? Make it easier to relate?
I think so. I would say so. I also think that it makes it a little bit easier for parents to relate. I think that the parent-teacher relationship is just a dynamic thing that a lot of teachers at MCP have under their belt as a strength. I believe it takes both the parent and the teacher in order to make an overall successful experience for scholars, and I definitely feel like that's a positive for sure.
Of all the things that you've learned in your journey, Diamonique, what are some of the things that you learned from MCP that you still can carry with you to this day?
Wow, that is a great question. And I think that, so we now say the Declaration of Excellence, but prior to that, we used to say the Creed, which was created by Marva Collins. And it said that society might draw a circle around us and like make us believe what we are supposed to be. And I'm not saying the words verbatim, but it said something like that. And I still believe that because I was a girl right from 41st and Meineke where, like MCP afforded a lot of opportunities for me. And it helped me understand that it didn't matter what my zip code was. It didn't matter where I came from, what my demographic was, that like I could do the things that we talked about in the Creed, the things that we talked about in our Proverbs, the things that our teachers would talk about in their academic excellence. And it just made me believe that that was also a big opportunity for me. And so that truly echoes who I am right now as an educator at MCP. Like, I want students to know that they are capable to do the very things that I've been able to do.
What would you say to a young student that maybe they don't have education, is not their strong suit, maybe their mother, their father didn't graduate from high school, but you may see particular promise in that child, but they don't see it in themselves. And those are the children that we have to work extra hard to inspire because you don't want to lose them. What do you say to that child? Because they'll have that look in their eye, look like they're not all the way there. They got other things they're concerned about. They're not prioritizing their education. What would you say to that child?
I think that's the dynamic thing about MCP educators is that we wholeheartedly believe that every child can and will learn. And I would just uplift them and empower them and keep pushing, because one of the things that MCP taught me is grit. And we got to work through it. We got to work through it. Giving up is not an option. It's not an option at all. And we're in this together, and we're going to figure it out. Just that reassurance piece. We're going to figure it out together.
I know you've convinced and inspired a lot of parents just by hearing you guys talk so passionately about your experiences, not just as students, but also now as staff. What would you say to that parent that is considering, maybe they haven't quite decided? Now, there's a lot of choices where you can send your child to school in Milwaukee. What would you say to that parent that's not quite sure if they should choose MCP for their child?
I would say choose MCP because MCP is developing quality individuals who are ready to move forward into the world after high school or after middle school and beyond. I would say not only are we bringing the academic rigor to the table, but we are also developing character-strong individuals who are ready to move forward beyond their experience in elementary school and middle school.
Diamonique, what would you say to that parent that's not sure, they're on the fence?
I would say that you have to look at the numbers. You have to look at what we produce. You have to look at myself. You have to look at Ryanna. You have to. It's many more alum like us, how we were able to sit here and talk about the great things that we've done, like going to college, got our masters, whatever it may be. The proof is in the pudding. Like, it's literally in the pudding. And and the teachers, the educators, the leaders in the space are people who have lived the mission. And I don't think that there are a lot of schools that can say that they have had the longevity that MCP has had. Like, the production of amazing citizens in this world has not stopped after 10 years. It continues on. So that's what I would say.
For sure. I just want to piggyback really quick. We're definitely building legacies. Like, I have a legacy right behind me now that's moving into high school next year, and I am in awe of her every single day. I see something new where I'm like, yes, I didn't just do that myself. MCP helped me build this young, confident woman or young lady that's ready to navigate the world after, and I'm so excited for her journey. So,
Ryanna, Diamonique, I think you guys are not just encouraging and inspiring parents to want to send their children there. I think people may want to work there. It sounds like a wonderful place to work and great supportive staff, and you guys are all in it together for the right reasons. So if people want more information about MCP, do you want to give them a website, telephone number?
Yes, please join our website. You can, if you want to join our team, if you want your students to enroll in our school, all of that is found on our Milwaukee College Prep website. Please go and check it out. I'm just going to put this shameless plug out there. We do start enrollment for our scholars in February. So please be ready. I know it's a lot of parents, my friends, whoever it may be. They're like, how do we get our scholars into MCP? Enroll in February.
In February,
yes.
Do not wait.
Don't wait, because people want to be a part of greatness. And so we do have a very robust waiting list. So you want to make sure that you do that as soon as possible. And don't forget the message, the mission. Knowledge plus character paves the road to college and beyond.
Tours. If parents are interested in a tour, do you guys offer them, and how can they sign up for tours of the school?
Yes, we do offer tours. They are usually planned and sought out through our parent coordinator, Lisa Goodman. So if you call to our school or if you send an inquiry on our website and ask to be connected to our parent coordinator, Lisa Goodman, she will be sure to give you a tour of any of our fabulous campuses.
Ladies, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I think I might need to see what my options and opportunities are at MCP.
Come on.
Both y'all encouraging
Bring this
me.
program, this opportunity.
You gotta tell me twice. You heard that, Craig Carmers, and we need to have a radio program at MCP.
Yes, bring
There
it.
it is. There it is.
We need it.
We need that.
All right, thank you, ladies. Good luck to you both, and I'm sure we'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you.